Hello, I'm a stake indexing director, and today I would like to show you how to index the project U.S. Delaware Wilmington City births in FamilySearch Indexing. I haven't done too many of these batches yet, but so far they've all been this kind of ledger type entry. It could be that as the project progresses and we get to later years that the type of image changes, but I'll just show you how to index this type with the ledger entries. So first of all, I'll make it a little bigger because the handwriting is pretty small, although it's very neat and easy to read, as you can see. So first we need to, of course, always enter the image type. This is normal. Then I'm going to use table entry, and as you can see, there's only one entry given in the template, but there are lots and lots of names, and it's usually about 30 names. So I'm just going to go ahead and add in. I'm going to make up to 30. I may have to take one or two away or add a couple more at the end, we'll see. But I'll just set it up for 30 so that I don't need to constantly be adding things. Okay, now the next thing I'm going to do before I actually start indexing is, in this project for some reason they've put the child's or the titles or terms first before the name. There you see the child's titles and terms before the name, father's titles and terms, and I find that confusing because I'm used to having the titles and terms come after the name. So we can adjust that if you go to View, Organize Fields, and then so child's titles and terms, and I'm going to use these little arrow keys here, and I'm just going to move it down so that it's in the order I'm used to. So now the child's given name will come first, then the surname, and then the titles and terms. And I'm going to do that for the father as well, and for the mother. Okay, so you can always come into this area in a project and rearrange the fields as you like. You can also hide fields. If I wanted to hide the page number, for example, I could just move it over and then it wouldn't show up. But I don't want to hide it. I need to put it back at the beginning. Okay, and hit OK. So now we are ready to start indexing. Page number, you always need to look all over, and since this is a ledger, remember that there are 2 pages to the ledger, and all the way up here in the upper right we find the page number. That's 10. And that's going to be the same for all of the entries, so I'm just going to go ahead and go Edit, Ditto Fields Below, and that enters the page number of 10 for all of my entries. Okay, going back over to where the names are. So we'll just start right in, child's given name, and I'm going to use the bottom of the window here as my ruler so that I don't lose my place. The names, you need to make sure that you're entering in the right order. So if I see Palmer Florence, I need to figure out which is the first and which is the last. And the way I figure that out is I look at all of the names and I just have to make a decision as to which looks more likely to be first and last name. So Richardson, John, McLaughlin, Lulu, it looks like they're putting the family name first and the given name second. So that's what I'm going to follow. So this would now be Florence Palmer. And if you find it confusing, of course, you could go back into the Organize Fields section and you could actually reverse the order so that the surname comes first if that's easier for you, since that's how it's written on the page. Okay, titles and terms. This child has no titles and terms, so we simply tab over that. The gender is marked here in this column for sex, and they've simply put these little tiny ditto marks. Looks like a dot, but those are tiny little ditto marks in the column, so you just need to see which column they've put those marks into. Gender here is female. Okay, month of birth. Now notice there are several dates here. This is the date of the certificate, this is the date of the registration, and the date of birth is over here, so make sure you're taking it from the correct column. March 30, 1887. Okay, father's name, move over a little bit, that's here. William M. Palmer. No title. Mother's name, now we need to make sure we go all the way over to the second page, and here it is. Mother's name prior to marriage is Rebecca Whitson. Okay, and that's all for this entry. Then we would go on to the second line, scroll back over, get it lined up, and we're ready for the second entry. So that's how you do this project. It's pretty straightforward. All the information is here. Just make sure that you are entering the correct information in the correct fields and that you look at the entire image to find the information. That's it for now. Thanks for watching and have fun indexing.